بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Math grade 9 algebra 1. Today we have math revision sheet final exam. The required material, the all curriculum from chapter or model 1 to the chapter 10. Today inshallah we will revise the important issues for the exam tomorrow. This question we want to evaluate. Evaluate means find the answer or find the value of this expression. Just we can add the numbers here. You will get here negative 14. And this question very important. This question here very important. Simplify. As you remember, we have the rule: if you have a to the power c over a to the power d. So the rule said write the same base. Here we have a, here you have a, write the same base, then write c minus d. And if you have the negative exponent a minus b, you can write 1 over a to the power d. And when you have a to the power a to the power c, this is the power of the power, you can write a b times c. The three rules here, important rules to simplify. So for example, here you have a to the power 3, here c to the power negative 2. Here we have a negative exponent. So we can take c up. So rewrite here a to the power 3. Then take c up, will be positive. Then you can take b down, because b negative exponent will be b to the power 4. And here, always, if any number, if the exponent of any number will be 0, the answer will be 1. So a to the power 0 equals 1. This is rule, and important rule. So because here the exponent 0, the value of the whole expression will be 1. Also here we want to simplify. We can use the same rules, the same previous rules. And as you see here, you have 12, and here you have 20. You can divide up and down by the GCF of the 12 and the 20. So we can divide up by 4 and down by 4. So 12 divided by 4 will be 3. And 20 divided by 4 will be 5. Then here you have 0, c to the power 0, minus, use the rule here because you have up c and down c, so minus 4. Then the same idea, here you have d, and down you have d, so we can write times d. As you see here, you have minus 2, minus, down here we have 2. Then, and down we have d. So we can write the exponent here 1 and here 1. So we can write b to the power 1 minus 1. So we can write here 3 over 5, rewrite here. Then here, minus minus will be positive, means 0 plus 4 will be 4. So c to the power 4. Now minus 2 will be minus 4, so times d minus 4. Then here 1 minus 1 will be 0. b to the power 0 means 1. b to the power 0 here, b to the power 0 will be 1. So now we can remove the negative exponent to the denominator. We will get up we have 3c to the power 4, and down we have 5, and take d to the power negative 4 down, so will be d to the power positive 4. Also here the same idea. What is the ratio of the area of a square with side lengths y to its perimeter? So we want to find the area and the perimeter. We want to find the ratio of. So the ratio means write the ratio as a fraction. The area, the symbol of the area will be a. That represent a, and the symbol of the perimeter will be b. And the figure will be square. So what is the area of the square? The side times side, or side square. And what is the perimeter? 4 times the side. So up we have s to the power 2, and down we have s to the power 1. So rewrite here we have 1 over 4 times c, 2 minus 1 will be 1. Or we can write s over 4. So what is the value of s? As you see here, the length will be y. So substitute the value of sy. So we can write y over 4, or we can write 1 over 4y. This is the ratio. Always remember, when you have different base in the powers, we cannot use here the rule. Here we want to use the define of the exponent. So here, in this case, to evaluate means to find the value. We can find the value of 3 to the power 2. 3 to the power 2 means 3 times 3. Then 2 to the power 4 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And minus 1 to the power 3 means minus 1 times minus 1 times minus 1. If you find the product, if you multiply the all numbers here, you will get negative 144. And here we want to simplify. here, as you see, we want to use the power of the power. And at the first, here you have 2, as you see, and here you have 3. So the power of the power, we can multiply 2 by 3. So rewrite, here we have 5b cube to the power 4. Then 2 times 3 will be 6. Then we can distribute the power for the all elements here. So 5 to the power 6. Then p to the power 6. Then q to the power 4 times 6. 4 times 6 will be 24. 5 to the power 6 means 5 multiplied by itself 5 times. We will get 15,625, and p to the power 6 and the q to the power 25. This question not important. Solve the system of the equation. Solve the system of the equation. And we have many methods to solve the system of the equation. I will revise to you the easy way. Use the elimination. Use the elimination. So we want to eliminate the variable y or the variable x. So we want to make the coefficient opposite numbers. So we can switch between the coefficient. So take 5 from the first equation and multiply by the second equation. Then take the opposite coefficient here. Here you have -2, the opposite will be 2. Then multiply by the first equation. Then the first equation will be 2 times 5x will be 10x. Then 2 times 3y will be 6y. Then 2 times -18 will be -36. And in the second equation, 5 times -2x will be -10x. Then 5 times 5y will be 25y. Then 5 times 1 will be 5. Then you can add, as you see here, 10x and -10x will be 0. Then 6y plus 25y will be 21y. And as you see here, we have -36 and +5 will be 31. Sorry, here 6 plus 25 will be 31, and here -35 plus 5 will be 31. So you can divide the two sides by 31, so y equal 1. Y equal 1. We want to find the value of x. We can substitute the value of y in the first equation or in the second equation. Right. If you substitute the value of y in the second equation, you have here -2x.
الترانسبوبية نيجاتيف.
علي صوتك شوي وعيد سؤالك.
ال 1 لازم تكون نيجاتيف عشان ال 36 نيجاتيف هي.
ايه صحيح كلامك، صحيح، ممتاز ميشيل. اذا هو نيجاتيف 31 هو نيجاتيف 1. تمام، احسن. اذا 5 multiply by the value of y will be minus 1 equals 1. So minus 2x, 5 times minus 1 will be minus 5 equals 1. You can add 5 to the two sides. So what it means here, minus 2x equals 6. Divide the two sides by negative 2, so x equal minus 3. So the common solution will be negative 3, negative 1. This question not important. Solve the system of equation. Here you can use the same idea. As you see here, you have a plus b, and here a plus b. So you can make the coefficient of a opposite numbers or the b. So if you multiply the first equation by negative 1 or the second equation, I will multiply the second equation by negative 1. So rewrite the first equation, a plus b equals 8, and down minus a minus b equals 2. Then if you add plus a minus a 0 plus b minus b 0, so it means you have here in this side 0, and 8 plus 2 will be 10. Is it 0 equal 10? No, this is not right equation. This is wrong. When you get wrong equation, means no solution. No solution. The difference of twice, the difference means minus of twice number. We don't know the number, so represent the number any variable, for example, x. Twice number means 2x. And another number represent y. Is means equal 4. And here the sum of the two numbers x and y is 20. Find the numbers. This is important, this question important. So you can add directly. 2x plus x will be 3x, minus y plus y will be 0, 4 plus 20 will be 24. Divide the two sides by 3. 3x divided by 3 will be x, and 24 divided by 3 will be 8. Then substitute the value of x in the first equation or in the second equation, the same idea. I will substitute in the second equation. The value of x will be 8 plus the value of y equals 20. So is y equal 12. So the common solution will be 8 in the x and the 12 in the y. Is it okay, Michelle, for the system of equations?
Yes.
And here the same idea. And here the same idea of the previous question. And here the same idea. This question important. To simplify this expression, we can use distributive property here. 3 times a will be 3a, and 3 times 2 will be 6, minus 5a plus 3. So 3a and minus 5a will be minus 2a, and 6 plus 3 will be 9. And here the same idea, we can use the system of equations. The graph of the inequality we have this inequality. To graph the inequality, we want to add the last 2 points. So we can use table here. This is x and this is y. And you can choose the value of x, any number. If you choose 0, for example, substitute here. Here we have 0 minus 4y less than or equal to, or less than or greater than 2. So it means you can divide the two sides by negative 4. You will get here y about y equal 1 over 2. Then you can choose a different value for x. If you choose the value, for example, 2, so the value of x will be 2 minus 4y greater than 2. Then you can subtract 2 from the two sides. So negative 4y greater than 0. Then you can divide the two sides by negative 4. So y about y 0. So we have 2 points here about 0, half, and 2, 0. You will get 0 half, for example, 0 half will be here. This point here. This is 0 half. And 2, 0. This is 2, 0. Then we can match between the points. We will get the linear. Then we want to represent the area of the solution. We draw dash line y because we don't have equal in the sign here. If we have equal, we can draw line. If we don't have equal, we can draw dash line. Then how to know the area of the solution? We can do test. Take points from up or from down the linear. We have 0, 0 up. So we can take the origin 0, 0, then substitute in the equality. If the point make the inequality true, means the area up will be the area of the solution. And if the point make the inequality wrong, means this is not the area of the solution, means the opposite area, this is the suitable area. So if you substitute 0, 0, put here 0, the value of x, minus 4, the value of y also 0. Is it greater than 2? So minus 4 times 0 will be 0. Is it 0 greater than 2? So this is wrong inequality. Means the area of, not the area of the solution, means the area of the opposite or the down area of the linear, this area. So we can shade this area. Here the same idea. As you see here, because we have equal in the sign, we draw the linear. Solve the inequality when you have absolute value. As you see here, when you have absolute value, you can take the inside of the absolute value less than and greater than the negative value and the positive value. Then you can solve the compound inequality here. You can remove 1 from the side. So add the inverse. So rewrite minus 3 minus 1 will be minus 4. And here plus 1 minus 1, 0. And here 3 minus 1 will be 2. Then you can divide the all sides by 2. So minus 4y divided by 2 will be minus 2. And here 2 divided by 2 will be 1. So the value of x greater than or equal minus 2, greater than or equal minus 2, and less than or equal 1. So this is the set of the solution. Here's the same idea. 6z plus 9, the absolute value of 6z plus 9 greater than 12. When you have absolute value, take the inside of the absolute value. 6z plus 9 greater than the positive value, and 6z plus 9 greater than the negative value. Then you can solve the inequality here. You can remove 9 from the two sides, so negative 9, negative 9. So 6z greater than 3. 12 minus 9 will be 3. Then divide the two sides by 6, so z greater than. And here the same idea. Remove 9 from the two sides. So 6z greater than minus 9 and minus 12 will be minus 21. So divide the two sides by 6. So z greater than negative 21 over 6. So z greater than negative, you can here do simplify, divide up by 3 and down by 3 will be 7 over 2. So the first value here, we use open circle because we don't have equals. And the second value here half. This is half between 0 and 1. This is the first value here. Draw open circle. Then the direction, as you see, z greater than means to the positive side, the direction. And the second value, negative 7 over 2 means 3.5. Will be here between negative 3 and negative 4. And sorry, here the direction, the opposite direction. So z less than means the direction where to the negative side. Here the same idea. And here, when you want to graph the compound inequality, you can solve the first inequality and the second equality. For example, here, w plus 9 greater than or equal 7. So minus, to solve this inequality, try to remove 9 from this side. So subtract 9 from the two sides. So w greater than or equal minus 2. This is the first value here. And here, you can subtract 4 from the two sides. So minus 4 here, minus 4 here. So w less than or equal 0. So we have two values here, minus 2 and 0. This is minus 2 and this is 0. And we have equals in the two signs here, so we can use a closed circle. And the direction here, w greater than means the direction to the positive side. And here w less than means the direction to the negative side. So the area of the solution between 0 and negative 2. Here also the same ideas. Here, this is important. This is important question. Difference of two squares. For the meaning of difference of two squares means when you have a squared minus b squared. Here you have rule a plus b times a minus b. So are these polynomials are difference of two squares? And here we have 5y squared. As you see here, we have 5 not squared for any number. So this is no. And down here, we have 1c squared plus 25. So, and here we have plus. And the rule, we want to use minus. So this is not polynomials of the difference of two squares. As you see here, we have 16g squared minus 36. 16g squared means the square root of 4g. And 36 the square root of 6. This is the suitable rule. So if you want to find the difference of the two squares here, you can open two brackets and we have product between them, put here plus and put here minus. Then take the square root of 16 will be 4 and the square root of g squared will be g. Then take the square root of 36 will be 6. Then repeat the same numbers. You will get the required. And here important question. As you see here, we have x to the power 4 minus 10,000. 10,000 means 100 squared, because 100 times 100 equal 10,000. And here, x to the power 4 means x squared to the power 2. And between them we have minus. So we can use the rule here. Open two brackets, the sum and the difference. Then the square root here will be x squared. And here will be 100. And here also the same, x squared. And here 100. And here we can use the rule because we have negative. Here we can keep x squared plus 100. And here open two brackets. Add and the difference. What is the square root of x squared will be x. So write here x and here x. What is the square root of 100 will be 10. So this is the factored form. And here important, select here the factored form. We want to factor this form. Always the middle term represent the sum. Represent the sum of the solution. And the last term represent the product. So here we want two numbers. The product of them will be negative 11 and the sum of them will be 12. So we can write here the probability of the numbers, which the two numbers, the product of them will be minus 11. We can write minus 1 times 11 or 1 times minus 11. We have two probability here. Which one, the sum of them equal 10, the sum of them equal 10. As you see here, the sum here 10 and the sum here negative 10. So we want the sum 10, means the number will be negative 1 and 11. So open two brackets. Then for the signs, the sign here will be positive. Positive times positive will be positive, and positive times negative will be negative. Then you have here x squared, so you can write here x and here x. Then the numbers will be negative 1, put it here in the negative, and 11, put it here. Here's the same idea here. Here important. When you want to factor, means take the common factor between the numbers. What is the common between 49 and 21? Find the GCF. The GCF will be 7. And what is the common between x cubed and x squared? Will be x squared. Then take the first monomial and divide by 7x squared. 49 divided by 7 will be 7. X cubed divided by x squared will be x. Minus 21 divided by 7 will be 3, and x squared divided by x squared will be 1. Here is the same idea. What is the common between 15 and negative 6 and 12? Find the f of 15 and 6 and 12 will be 3. Then here you have g squared, and here we have g, and here we have g. So the common will be g. And here we have h, and here h squared, and here h, so the common will be h. Then take the first monomial divided by 3gh. 15 divided by 3 will be 5. G squared divided by g will be g, and h divided by h will be 1. Also the second monomial, negative 6 divided by 3 will be negative 2, and g divided by g will be 1, and h squared divided by h will be h. And the third monomial, 12 divided by 3 will be 4, and gh divided by gh will be 1. And here we want to use the distributive property to multiply. So 4x times x will be 4x squared, and 4x times 2 will be 8x. Here the same idea, we can take x, then multiply x by the all monomials inside the second brackets. So x times x will be x squared. Then x times negative 4 will be negative 4x. Then 3 times x will be 3x. And the 3 times negative 4 will be negative 12. Then you can add the like terms. So x squared minus 4x plus 3x will be minus x, then minus 12. Here the same idea, and here the same idea. Here, this important question. The perimeter of a square is 8x plus 24 units. And what is the area of the square? What is the area? Type. To know the area, we must know the side of the square. the side of the square. As you know, the perimeter of the square will be 4 times the side. And we know the perimeter. Substitute the value of the perimeter. The value of the perimeter will be 8x plus 24 equals 4 side. The side will be here represent x, so 4x. We want to solve this inequality, this equation. We can remove 4x to the second side. 8x minus 4x will be 4x equals, you can remove here to the second side 24. You can divide the two sides by 4, so the value of x will be 6. This is if you want to find the value of the x. But here, the perimeter of a square, we know the perimeter, and we want to find the area of this square. So the area of this square, as you see here, we can multiply the side by the side, s squared or s times s. S squared or s times s. If you multiply the two sides using the variable x, so the area will be the side times the side. And the perimeter of the square will be 4 times the side. So the perimeter here will be 8x plus 24 equal 4s. We want to find the value of the side, so we can divide the all sides by 4. So 4s divided by 4 will be s, and 8x divided by 4 will be 2x, and 24 divided by 4 will be 6. So this is the value of the side. Substitute here in the area s times s. The value of s will be 2x plus 6 times 2x plus 6. Then you can multiply the two brackets here. You will get 4x squared plus 24x plus 36. And this is important here and here important. Here directly we can use the rule when you have the squared of the sum the rule said a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And if you have the square root of the difference, a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So directly here, for example, here, x minus 8 squared means x squared minus 2 times the first one times the second one. 2 times x times 8 will be 16x plus the square root of 8 will be 64. And here the same idea, when you have here 8x, take the square root of the first one, the square root of 8 will be 64 x squared plus 2 times 8x times y will be 16xy plus y squared. This is the important issues for the revision. Who has any question?
No, Mister, no questions.
Okay, thank you, Michelle, for your listening.
Thank you, Mister.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
And have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you. Welcome and see you inshallah next year. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.